There's something beautiful about you and I.
Hello and welcome to our new GAWA fan preview show called You and I. This is your team and your say. This show we're going to be joined by real fans to discuss our upcoming fixtures and everything to do with GAWA. So today I'm proud to say I'm joined by Ashley Sloan and Jamie McKeague for the first ever fan preview show. How do you guys feel?
Delighted to be here, yeah.
Good.
Buzzing.
And again, where are you from?
I'm
so
from
people
Westbourne.
know.
And I'm from Fermanagh.
Big Northern Ireland fans as well.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Good. Been following them for a little while?
From birth.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah, from birth. You
I
grew
was
up-
born, Northern Ireland played Algeria, June the 3rd, 1986.
There you go.
All
This is meant to be.
there from there.
Not been following that long, but decently enough.
Bit younger. Before we actually get into the squad announcement, we want to play a quick game with you guys, alright? So the squad announcement was on Tuesday, 24-man squad. We want to test your guys' knowledge and see if you can name as many of them as possible.
Okay.
The good thing is, the more you name, the more prizes we give away to the away fans travelling to Kazakhstan.
We have the power.
So the power's in your hands. So it's up to you guys how many prizes we give away. Are you feeling confident you can name pretty much the whole squad or close to
A
it?
decent enough job, yeah.
Give it a good try.
Yeah.
I'll have them down.
30 seconds on the clock. Both of you just shout the names out, okay?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Goalies, Bailey, Peacock Farrell, Connor Hazard, Lee Southwood.
Southwood.
Defenders, Johnny Evans, Paddy McNair,
Cathcart.
Kieran
Hume.
Brown, Trey Hume. Midfielders, George Saville,
Halfway
Ali-
there.
Ali McCann,
We've got
Shea,
McMenamin.
yeah,
we've got
McMenamin,
Paul
Shea
Smith,
Charles, Brad Lyons,
We've got Dion Charles. We've got
Shane
Josh
Lavery,
McGinnis,
guys
Josh
are good.
McGinnis,
Josh McGuinness.
5, 4,
Dale
3,
Deal Theatre, yeah.
1. Boom, that's it.
Best midfielders, we got everyone.
Let's round it up. So you got 18 out of 24.
Happy with that.
Round it to 20. So we're giving away 20 prizes to the away
That's
fans
not
of
too
Kazakhstan.
bad.
That's good. They're
That's
going to
not
be
too
happy with you, boys.
Yeah.
So let's get into the squad announcement then. Obviously, Tuesday morning, you flicked onto Instagram. You've seen that Northern Ireland posted the squad announcement. Give me your first initial reaction.
I think the squad was what I kind of expected. I was chuffed to see this man called up, Paul Smith. Like he's had a couple of good seasons in Division 2 or League 2, and now he's back in QPR. I think he's fast, he's exciting, and I think he deserves his place. I think a bit more experience would be nice. Johnny Evans, obviously we need him there. He's training with Man United, he's not playing every week. Craig Cathcart doesn't have a club, but he's in there, we need him. Very excited that Daniel Ballard's back in. I just think he's amazing. He's just a big fella. He gets stuck in, and he's going to take over from Johnny Evans. Cathcart is our main guy at the back. I think Shea Charles as well. He's playing for Southampton
playing
now.
well.
I think he's quality. He's going to step up to take over from Davis, I think. And then Dion Charles up top. You know, he's the guy I think's going to get us a goal. So
Yeah.
very excited to see those guys.
Oh, you, Jamie, what are you thinking?
Pretty much the same. I think it's one of those ones where I look at it and you have to be happy, but at the same time, I don't have a lot to complain about because it is what you expect. I know Connor Bradley's carrying a bit of a knock, and I think he could be a big miss. And I actually would have liked to see Callum Marshall come in again. I think he
played well.
was, and he got that goal against Denmark, which was
Just
unfortunately ruled out. But I think someone like Callum Marshall, a young, hungry striker with something to prove, is exactly what we need right now because he's so young. He's a little bit like Isaac Price. He's fearless.
Yeah.
He takes people on. He takes risks, and I think we need that right now. And I think looking at that squad, I'm looking at the youth that we have coming through, and it excites me. In a couple of years' time, I think maybe you're looking at World Cup 2026 or maybe Euros in 2028. That would be my aims for getting optimistic again, because you look at the young players in that squad right now: Trey Hume, Daniel Ballard, Isaac Price, Callum Marshall, even the boys that haven't been called up, Ethan Galbraith, Alfie McCalmont. Those are the boys we can focus on. But for now, like you said, Paul Smith being called up is nice. Brad Lyons getting his first cap should be good too, because he's been good this season. So overall, pretty happy with it.
Pretty good. Because Mike O'Neill described us as a wee bit young up front.
Yeah.
That's why Josh Connor's back in. So to start with the strikers, are you happy to see them two return? You think we're going to get goals from them guys?
I think with Josh, I was thinking this on the way up. I think Josh is an outlet, no matter where you're playing. I think because he's just so big and so strong, and he gets himself in the right places at the right time. And I think Josh come up with a good few big goals. And Connor is extremely hard working and can almost play second fiddle to someone like Dion Charles. So having them two back in the squad, I do think is good, because a player like Josh, until he's finished playing football, I think is always going to play for Northern Ireland because he is something that not many other players bring.
That's a good point.
Like the last couple of games up front, we didn't have Josh or Connor, so I think we didn't have experience cap-wise, or we're a bit younger. I think you need Josh and Connor in to kind of lead up front and
Hold up the ball,
yeah,
bring the team up a bit.
When we come to talk about starting 11, like Josh needs to start. We didn't have someone tall, someone big, someone physical. You know, Dion's rough, but he wanted to kind of nip around people and go a bit faster. So I think like Cal Marshall was unlucky not to get in, but probably with these games it's important we get points from it.
One of the midfield, Brad Lyons, is a fresh face. I actually went to school with Brad as well. We were good friends. We played football all the time. So I seen him play for Korean as well. So I was actually really excited to see him. Do you expect him to get his cap over these next 2 games, and where do you sort of see him fitting in?
I think it depends how the games go. It's nice that he's in there, and he's kind of deserved it from his season this year, but I just think the 2 games we need to get a strong team out and get a strong result. I think O'Neill will go back to basics, and I think he'll have like Saville, McCann and Charles in there, but as the game goes on he's going to have to bring in Lyons, Paul Smith, probably Gavin White and Price, just to kind of liven things up a bit. We can't just sit and defend the whole time. We need a bit of creativity in there as well.
What do you think, Jamie?
I think maybe there's no bad time to be called up for the first time, but this could almost be a bad time to be called up. I think if this was 2 home games and one of them was against San Marino, you would go, Brad Lyons should get a start, because San Marino is a game that you expect to dominate and a game you expect to win, so you can kind of take risks. But like Ashley said, these are games that you need to win, so you kind of have to go back to basics. And you're looking to bounce back after losing to Denmark and Kazakhstan at home. You're looking to bounce back, so I think you have to go with a squad that has those experienced faces with a lot of quality. And that's not saying Brad Lyons doesn't have that quality. He's just never played internationally before. So I think if you are Michael, you're probably looking for dead sets. And I just think Brad Lyons isn't that yet. But he looks like a really good midfielder. Looks like a bit of a controller, something we haven't had in a while.
Good start by Kilmarnock so far.
He has done. The little bit I've watched him reminds me a little bit like Stephen Davis, so I'm sure there's a lot to come there. So I'm glad he's been called up. It's great for him as well. But like I said, he may not get the minutes because these are kind of must-wins. But if it was a different situation, I'm sure he would have got a start, or at least a cap.
Yeah, definitely. Into the defence, obviously Johnny Evans, our main man at the back. He's at the minute with no club. Daniel Ballard's back, as you've mentioned. No Conor Bradley, no Jamal Lewis. How do you see our defence playing over the next 2 games, and how have you sort of thought about our defending over the qualifying so far? Because we've actually played quite well. We haven't been conceding a massive amount of goals. So what's your thoughts on the defenders?
I thought defensively against Denmark, we were excellent. I mean, to keep someone like Rasmus Højlund quiet, especially the run he'd had in Euro qualifying. The run he'd had in Euro qualifying, to keep him quiet like we did, I thought was excellent. Against Kazakhstan, they scored quite late on when we were chasing the game, so it's a game where you're not going to really go that much in on the defenders. I think with that defence there, it's kind of, you know what you're going to get with Evans, Cathcart, McNair, and then potentially Ballard. Especially Evans and Cathcart, they're experienced players. You know what you're going to get before they even play. You know you're going to get a solid 80 minutes at least. Daniel Ballard, like you said, is absolutely fantastic. Paddy McNair is a jack of all trades. He can play absolutely anywhere. And I think in defence I think he played a right back most recently for Middlesbrough, and he's excellent. So we know he can play on that right side of a back 3 or right back in a back 4 and do a really good job. So defensively, I have no worries. I've never really had worries defensively with Northern Ireland because we've always been so well set up, especially under Michael. So defensively, with those picks, the only thing I'd worry about is maybe age with both Cathcart and Evans, without them not really playing consistent football, especially this season. That would be the only worry. But apart from that, I think with defence, you know what you're going to get.
Anything now to that at all, Ashley?
I think they're just typical Northern Ireland international defenders. With O'Neill, we're solid at the back, and with those boys, we're going to keep being solid. I don't mind Johnny Evans not playing for Man United because he keeps him fit for us. So as long as we have him with the campaign, I think we'll be fine.
Before we move on, actually, do you know what the JD signed beside Trey Hume and Dale Taylor? Do you any idea what that means?
The Northern Ireland Academy.
Is that it? Bang on, yeah. So they've been pretty much through the play through academy with JD.
A lot of young guys making moves at 16, 15, so hopefully we get to see them up here.
Absolutely. We're going to look at the standings. So this is the group as it stands as we speak. What do we need to do in the next 2 games?
The table's tight. It is quite open. There's 6 points between us and Finland. I think the next 2 games we can't lose. I think I would love to come away from the next 2 games with 4 points. 6 points, obviously, I'd be over the moon. But if we could come away with 4 points, pick up a win and make sure we don't lose the other game, I think whenever we have the 6 games up here, things could be looking a lot tighter and a lot cleaner for us. And everybody's going to be taking points off everybody else. So I think big 2 games, and it'll give us a nicer picture of where we can be towards the end of the campaign after that.
Exactly. Just as you say, like mathematically, we can still do really well. And everybody still has to play. Everyone, that you got Kazakhstan and Finland up there on 9 points each. They actually play each other next as well. And you got Denmark and San Marino playing. You probably expect Denmark to probably get some points there as well. So they have to play each other. It does give us a chance. It can blow the group wide open again.
I know we want to be optimistic and positive, but I look at this and I don't know. I think the wins, if we were to wins, they're coming a little bit too little too late. I think it was that Kazakhstan losing at home to Kazakhstan before qualifying, before any games were played. When we looked at the groups, I was looking at Kazakhstan, San Marino, home and away. I was like, you'd want 6 points from each. And I think that would give you a safe bet that you could take some points from Finland, maybe home and away, and potentially Slovenia. But I don't know. I just look at that and I don't want to be negative, but I don't want to lie to myself either and say, oh yeah, I still think we have a chance, because I think it would take something unbelievable. But 4 points does blow the group right open. I mean, if Kazakhstan were to lose to Finland, or if it was probably the best situation there would be a draw. Yeah. And I think if you were to go away and take something from Kazakhstan and Slovenia, that does leave you in a situation where you can kind of have some hope. But I think if we're looking at this right now, it looks pretty bleak. And I don't want to be negative, but I also have to be quite positive here. I'm not sure. And I think going away from this, looking at the squad we have, that you have some aging players and you have some young players. Not qualifying doesn't really bother me too much, because I can get excited for the future.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can
as long as you're seeing something that is going forward is progressive. Yeah,
seeing someone like Brad Lyons come through, another player, and then seeing players like Callum Marshall get a goal even though it was ruled out, those are optimistic signs. And I'm caring more about young players coming through than caring about qualification at this point. But like I said, I want to be optimistic, but I'm not sure I can be.
It's Slovenia first for us to get some points. Any standout players for them that we should be wary of? Are you optimistic about that game in particular?
I remember looking at the Slovenia game last time. Was it Nezda? It starts with a G. I think the G's silent, but he was a really creative midfielder. So I think if you were to set up, I'd probably have Saville or McCann quite tight on them if I was to play. I know both Saville and McCann are very good defensively, so I'd have a tight wraps on him. But apart from that, I think
Black's back in nets as well.
Oh, is it? Well, yeah. Well, that's going to be tough.
Man to score against.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, you're going up against what at one time was one of the best goalkeepers in the world, so it's always going to be tough. Especially we're struggling to find the back of the net at the minute as well. So it's going to be tough. Going away to Slovenia is never going to be easy either. They're going to be a tough physical side who are going to be very well compact and hard to break down. So I think we can definitely get something from this game, but it's going to be a case of taking your chances.
Ashley, for you, Kazakhstan.
Yes.
Obviously, came here, nicked a win, 1-0. We go away to them after Slovenia. How do you see that game going, and what should we be thinking about? What should we be wary about?
It's probably just going to be the same sort of game as here, but in reverse. Like Kazakhstan are probably a bit like ourselves. No, really, like I'm sure the Kazakhstan guys don't know who our players are, like we don't know with them. But we're going to go up there. I think we'll probably have the same tactics of try and sit there for 60 minutes and not concede, and then the next 30 minutes we'll try and step our game up and put them under a bit of pressure. They're going to be nervous if they see big Josh McGuinness tearing down at them, or we bring on Paul Smith with a bit of pace. So I think just we'll have to go away, just have a positive mindset. I think just play the first half, get through that, and then change the game approach in the second half, and I think just go at them. We've nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Like, we're 4 games in here, we're second bottom. I'd rather that over the years watching the games, I'd rather we just went out and put 100% effort in and we lost 1-0, 2-0 than to go out there and not really do too much and we end up losing anyway. Let's just go out and bring the game to them.
Yeah. Who is your starting 11 for these next 2 games?
Peacock Farrell's in nets. That's standard. He's playing every week now. I think when he plays every week, he's fantastic. I would have 5 at the back probably.
Going for a Pep system.
Yeah. I think like the wing backs. I don't know if anybody's going to be inverted midfielders or anything like that. But I would probably have Kieran Brown left wing back. I don't think he's too great going forward, but defensively he'll sort us out. And then on the right, it would have Hume. And in the middle, I would go for McNair, Evans, and Ballard. I think 3 rocks. 3 in midfield then. I'll have Shea Charles in the middle, and I would have Ali McCann and Saville sitting beside him. And then top 2, I would go Dion Charles. And then I think we need Josh up there. We just need that big presence, a leader. I think they can see us through the 60 minutes, and we start to make changes, bringing on a bit of width with McManaman, Smith, maybe get Isaac Price on. But I think as a start 11, that's what I would go with.
It's a good 11. You're setting us up so that we don't get beat anyway.
Yeah. Just over the years, I've seen us losing off.
What about you, Jamie? What would your starting 11 be for the next 2 games?
I kind of wish I'd gone first because there's only one change I'd make. That starting 11, I'd go exactly the same in defence. I think we kind of know now he's going to play a 3-5-2 or a 5-2-3 or a 5-3-2, however you want to look at it. So the only change I would make is I wouldn't put Josh in. I'd probably have Josh coming off the bench, and I'd play Connor Washington. Yeah. I think Connor, he offers a lot off the ball. He's gonna run defenders down. He's gonna run the keeper down. Maybe something that Dion won't do all the time anyway. And I think with Josh, with his height and physicality, I feel it almost forces you to play a certain way, which is getting the ball into the box as much as possible. And I would like to see us maybe take a different approach. And I think up against Kazakhstan, who are so good defensively, maybe going just for route one into the box the whole time can be a little bit naive. But Josh would definitely be someone I'd look to get off the bench because he is an outlet. If you're chasing a game because of his box presence and because he's so big and he can just win the ball all the time, he is someone I'd bring off the bench. But I'd start Washington. He's got a couple of assists this season for Derby, and Dion is someone who gets on the back of someone putting the ball on his feet. So I think Dion and Connor would be the strike partnership that I would go with. But I don't mind starting Josh. But I think Josh is maybe better, in my opinion, off the bench.
Yeah. So you're saying Josh off the bench. Who would you say, Ashley, as like a super sub?
I would say Connor McManaman. Like the last game he came on and he terrorised over there on the right. You know, I think he hit the crossbar with one of his shots. I think, you know, as the game goes on, if we can tire them out a bit and he comes on, he's very tricky. He's got a bit of pace. Even Paul Smith, I think I would throw him in as well. I think boys like that maybe try and stretch the pitch a wee bit more. But I also agree that Josh McGuinness is an option. If we didn't start to come on, he's just a different style. Even Washington, if he came on, like exactly like what you said, he's going to terrorise people and he will just keep running and running all day. So I think we actually have good options on the bench as well.
We do, yeah, definitely do. What's your score predictions then? If I have to get a score from you today for the Slovenia game and Kazakhstan game, what are you going to say?
I'm going to be positive. I would say I would 1-1 against Slovenia, and I'm going to go 2-1 against Kazakhstan.
4 points.
I would love that.
Yeah, that would be a good couple of results for us.
Yeah. I don't want to be negative because I can't even think about us losing. I don't want 2-0.
They are tough away games, to be fair.
Yeah, they are. They are. So,
what about yourself, Jamie? Give us a score prediction for Slovenia first.
I think I'm going to go on the side of optimistic. I'm going to go 1-1 as well in Slovenia. I think it's going to be one of those games. It's going to be tight. It's going to be cagey. The football might not be amazing to watch, but I think we can grind out a 1-1. And then Kazakhstan, I think we should have won the Kazakhstan game. I think we had the chances to win the game. And I think Kazakhstan are very good at home. I think, didn't they put away Denmark at home? So no one saw that.
Denmark is good.
Yeah, no one saw that one coming. Denmark were the favourites to trounce everyone in the group. So Kazakhstan are good at home, but I think if we're looking at how the home game went and how the away game can go, I'm going to go extremely boring. I'm going to go 2-1.
Is it because they're away games?
I think it's because they're away games, and when you play a team like Kazakhstan, we used to be so good at, we used to thrive off it, especially in Euro 2016. When you go away to someone who are so compact defensively and so hard to break down and have a good crowd that are cheering them on, it's just they're so tough to beat, and we were so difficult to beat. And I think that could be the case, especially against someone like Kazakhstan or even Slovenia. And Slovenia have quality to hurt us. Yeah, but I think we'll do enough in both games, and I think maybe we'll come away from both games and we could have won that. I think we'll come away maybe going, that was maybe 2 points drop, not 1 point gain. But
we played quite well away from home.
Yeah,
you remember true. The Denmark game, unlucky.
That's very true.
And then of San Marino, we got the 3 points. We haven't actually got any points at home here yet.
That is true. Yeah, so maybe with Michael coming back the second time, the form's changed a little bit. Yeah, maybe we're on the away side now, so. Maybe. I think if I was to pick us, I would rather pick us win than lose. I'd be more confident that we'd win the games than lose the games. I think I wouldn't be confident that we'd lose either game. So,
moving on then, you guys brought your memorable GAWA moment with you.
Yeah.
Can you show us what they are?
So I have a picture on my phone. So
I'll start with you, Ashley. What have you got? You've got.
I went
something in
old
your
school.
hand.
I printed a photo.
You came prepared for this.
A couple of photos, but my photo is the ultimate away trip, the Euros. Four amazing games over 2 weeks around France. This me and a very, very good family friend, Jimmy Elliott. I think this is the Leon game. Again, everything I always dreamed of was to go to the Euros or go to a major tournament with my country. Just to see it was amazing, but to see a goal and a win and heal, it was just unbelievable the whole time. Like the very first game that we played against Poland was just amazing to be there, but to beat Ukraine 2-0 and to witness it was, I'll never ever forget that. And hopefully we don't have to wait. We average like every 30 years we qualify. I don't want to wait another 30 years. I want to go as soon as we can.
Got a taste of it now.
Yeah.
You want to go again?
I've my eye on America, Canada, and Mexico. Like
Germany next year, hopefully too.
Yeah, Germany would be nice. Yeah. I wouldn't disagree with that either. But yeah, that's.
I was actually at that game myself. That's the game we beat Ukraine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was at that game myself as a young 18, 19-year-old. Jamie, what's your memorable moment?
So I came a little bit underprepared. I didn't come with a picture, but I have a picture on my phone. So it was actually my 17th birthday present. So it was Northern Ireland versus Republic of Ireland down in Dublin. It was a friendly. And we all know about the rivalry. It was amazing. And it's a game we actually should have won. It was amazing being... We didn't get in behind the goal with the Northern Irish fans, but we were in just the main stand. It was just amazing being in and around it. And the atmosphere before it was just class as well. So we all know about the rivalry. I think if you're thinking of an away moment for me, I think Republic of Ireland versus Northern Ireland is one of those games that doesn't come too often. So I had to pick it.
Yeah.
I started that as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Brilliant.
It was a great game.
Great moments there.
Yeah.
We're going to play another game. GAWA Na or GAWA Ya. Right, so basically I'm going to be stating some facts about Slovenia and Kazakhstan. You guys we're going to give you a wee bit of paper and you should flip it around to GAWA Ya if you think yes, and flip it around to GAWA Na if you think no. We'll see what the best score is, and we actually have a chance to give you guys some goodies as well.
Oh, brilliant.
So this is for you, not away fans.
I'm going to try.
So you're going to try now. So some fun facts about them. So number one, there are more than 50,000 caves in Slovenia. Is that GAWA Ya or GAWA Na?
I go, yeah. I think it's
Both
too
yous are saying
obscure
that.
to be no. To be wrong.
That's a lot of caves, man. No, GAWA Na. There are between 8 and 10,000, which is still
That's still loads.
a lot of caves. I don't know how many caves we have, but it must be like 5. So that's a lot. Slovenia is home to the world's largest ski jump.
I'm going to go...
I'm gonna go nah.
Both down the middle. Jamie Na, Ashley Ya. It's actually GAWA Ya. It has had 60 world records. Believe it or not. The capital, Ljubljana, I believe, translates to the land of tea.
I'm going to go, nah.
I'm gonna go yeah, because it's a green Punjana tea. Sounds a bit like Ljubljana.
It sounds similar.
That's my logic with that one.
It's Na. It actually stands for the loved one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not Punjana tea. We love our tea over here,
Yeah.
but maybe not over there. Number 4, in 2017, Slovenia achieved a record low sustainability rating of 31 out of 100. So that's obviously pretty low.
Record for Slovenia, record for like the world.
Yeah, record for them.
Okay.
I'm going to go, yeah.
Yeah. Once again, it's too obscure to be wrong.
Both saying yeah, both no.
Oh.
That's a GAWA Na. They got 96 out of
thinking of
100. Very eco-friendly country over in
0 and
Slovenia.
4.
Number 5, Slovenia's outline, so the outline of the country on maps, looks like a chicken.
I can't even picture what it's like. So
I'm gonna go nah as well.
Both saying that. They actually does. It's a yes, and they actually embrace it. So there's actually a website set up, and an information website, and it actually translates to mother chicken. So, and there's a picture behind the scenes of sort of what you can see. Its head to the right, top right.
I don't know.
Sort of looks like a
Very
chicken.
subjective.
So there you go. Kazakhstan.
Okay.
This is another chance for you, Jamie, to come back. So still 2-0. Chance for you to come back. Kazakhstan, they were the first country to ride horses Horses go way back.
I have to go different just to get points. I'm gonna go yeah.
Yes, you're right, Jamie.
Get in there.
You've got a point.
Get in there.
It is believed that they were the first country to domesticate horses as well. Some people in Kazakhstan use eagles to hunt. Both saying yes. Do you know this one or just could
No,
guess?
but I know that the Shavkat Rachmanov, he always wears that like bird cap thing
Yeah.
from Kazakhstan, so I think so.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Number 3, home to the tallest chimney sweep in the world. So guys that are up cleaning chimneys.
They still do that.
They still do that, apparently. There you go.
I'll go yeah.
I'm gonna go yeah as well because
No. It's a power station. It's 419.7 meters, apparently. There you go.
Right.
They've got tall chimneys over there. The national dish is chocolate snails. Did you try snails in your Lyon trip?
Because I would like it to be true.
What are you saying?
I'm gonna go nah.
It is nah. It's actually mutton or horse meat placed on noodles. And the national drink is fermented horse milk, apparently. So 3 each. So if you're traveling away to Kazakhstan, give us a review on what
The fermented milk.
Kazakhstan is the world's largest landlocked country. So the largest country that's not connected to an ocean. Is that true or false?
I'll go yeah.
I'm gonna go nah just to be different so we don't end the same.
Both going different, so you aren't getting a draw. It's actually yes. So Ashley does win the competition.
Congratulations.
So 4-3, it finished. We've got some goodie bags to give away to you guys as well. I've got them right here beside me, and we've actually going to give both of you some goodie bags. Because Jamie, you contributed quite well.
Don't know anything about Slovenia, but all about Kazakhstan.
No, he's done good. He's done good. There you go, guys. Goodie
you very
bags
much.
for you.
That's brilliant.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully you enjoy it. Thank you guys for tuning in to our first ever fan preview show called UNI. Thank you to Ashley and Jamie for joining us on the first ever panel.
Definitely.
It was good.
Loved it.
Highly recommend.
Oh, 100%. It's a pleasure being on.
And if you guys enjoyed this video, please like the video on YouTube, subscribe as well, and tag a friend. Who would you like to see sitting on this panel joining us? Thank you so much.
There's something